even with us. Just like the sides are below the table. I was behind you. So I was literally
Wow. Yeah.
just in case if they answer
This is Zoe Camp. Camp. He's doing the part. No way.
See everybody this evening. My name is Scott Andrews, the high school principal. This is a wonderful school. How many first-timers? Oh, big crowd. Okay, excellent. Class of 2029. That makes me feel very old. But we're certainly welcoming the class. We cannot wait. This is a fantastic school. You're going to hear a lot of great information from our administrators this evening, all the way through clubs to different course offerings. This essentially is a small college, I would like to call it. The district puts a tremendous amount of resources into this building, and it shows. So it's going to be a wonderful experience for all the first-timers, and those of you who have children here already, the great experience will continue. Just want to do a quick overview of what we're going to see tonight. We're going to talk about the academic program, the scheduling process. Ms. Baptiste, our guidance director, will do that. Highlights of departmental courses. After this group gathering, you'll be divided into 3 groups by last name, and you'll travel to 3 different areas, and you'll see 2 different department chairs in each area. And they'll talk about the specifics of their department. You may have met some of them in the middle school as well, but you'll certainly get to know them in the high school. Always ask any questions. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. We'd like to answer them now. And as always, at any time in the high school during your child's career, if you have any questions, please call us. We can usually clear things up pretty quickly, and we're always available, whether it be through email. I like to pick up the phone if I get an email and actually have a conversation with somebody. I just feel we get a lot more done that way too. So that's very important. Just remember, always reach out if you have any questions. All right, just a quick couple introductions. We have one of our assistant principals, Mr. Lazarus. He was at the middle school for 4 or 5 years. Yep, 5 years. Ms. Murphy is our second assistant principal. Our new dean of students this year is Ms. Sandy Stuber. Let me just go through. Yep. Ms. Baptiste is our director of guidance. Dr. Brostowski is our director of athletics. Ms. Cohen's not here tonight. Ms. Cindy Samide is here for PPS. Christy Faulkner is our social studies chairperson. Danielle Pappas, world language. Gary Maminetti is our science chair. Jen Sapir, English chair. And Charlie Winwer is our mathematics chair. So we have a lot of talent over here. Again, reach out to them if you have specific questions about their departments. They're always very helpful. I'd like to turn it over to Mr. Baptiste.
Good evening, everyone. It is so great to see you all. So we're 9th grade, and it happened just like that, I'm sure. Trust me, it's going to be a roller coaster ride, but we promise you that you will be fine. Your children will be fine. They are walking into an educational institution that is riddled with all kinds of experiences, opportunities, resources, support, opportunities to grow, you name it, it's here. And we're waiting for every single student to come in and figure out who they are and to learn how to thrive in this environment. So I just want to introduce this scheduling process. Many of you tell me by a show of hands who got your student recommendations from your teachers and a Google form. Right, the infamous Google form. So that starts the process. Your teachers have basically recommended where they think your students should take courses that they should take for next year. Please listen to the recommendations wisely. The teachers have spent the last 5 months with them, and they know where they are, and they actually know where they're going. So whatever the recommendation is, I would take it more than with a grain of salt. But if you have additional concerns about it, have that conversation with the teacher, because the teacher is able to guide you. And if you need further assistance, that's when you can reach out to some of the chair people or reach out to myself, and we can have a further conversation about it. But in terms of the self-selection form and the Google form, if possible, could you click into the Google form? I just want to open it up because I'm going to let you see what it looks like and then just help you go through it, all right? Some of the feedback that I'd gotten is that the 8th grade parents coming into 9th grade are so anxious. And I have this saying, I say, be anxious for nothing, all right? Just relax, we'll get you through it. So the Google form was sent out, and only through your student's account can you open the Google form and fill it out. So we get a lot of emails saying that I can't access the form. You have to do it through your child's account. And when you open it, you're going to go through. I'm going to walk over here and see if I could just move this up and down. It allows you to just fill out the information, use your recommendations, English. The 5 major subjects are here. You're either taking a regular course or an honors course. You select that. For social studies, for math, there are many other options. We say tracks, but don't like to use that word, tracking. Science, there are options. World languages. Every student in 9th grade takes 9th grade PE, okay? They branch out into other areas such as, extreme or yoga, but in 9th grade, everyone takes 9th grade PE, and every student takes health in 9th grade, which then also leaves you for room for other things. Art or music is a requirement, so you're gonna select art or music, and if you've taken accelerated art in the 8th grade, you can move on to intermediate art or other art electives, or you can try band or music, or you can try chorus, or you can move into other electives. But you would have to make one of those choices, and then you have electives. We ask that you choose 4 electives. They're only gonna get 1, because if you cover the 5 major subjects, including lunch, because we got to feed them. Many students like not to take lunch. I've been doing this for, I won't date myself and tell you how many years, but they need lunch. And even if they're not going to eat, they need a break in the day. So please keep that in mind. But you will select 4 electives in the order of preference by your first choice, second choice, third choice, fourth choice. And we hope that you will get one of them. Okay, so when they're taking their 5 electives with PE and lab science and foreign language and maybe your art or music, they'll have room for health and a different elective. So I hope that kind of like clears everything up. If you have additional questions, you can call us and send an email to either Mr. Marco or to myself. Once you fill out everything, you click submit, and the courses are there. Once that's done, the deadline to do that is this Friday, the 17th. On Tuesday, the 21st, the high school counselors are going down to the middle school, and they're going to meet individually with every single student, and we're going to finalize their courses. So by then, we really don't want them to sit down and for the first time start looking at what they're going to take. Hopefully you've had that conversation with them, you filled out the form. If there's something that they want to change, the counselor can change it at that point, or talk to them, briefly about a few questions that they may have, but we're gonna finalize that process on Tuesday. So that should complete the scheduling process, and once they get here and get to high school, it looks a little different, but we'll just deal with where they are now. Resources. To help you with this process, we've got the course offering guide, the elective selection sheet, and the self-selection sheet. So self-selection. This is a self-selection district, which means that students are allowed to challenge themselves and take a course that possibly they were not recommended for. However, that doesn't mean that you self-select into everything, because that's probably not the best advice. One of the things that you will hear us talk about constantly is that you're building a transcript. And your transcript is just what that is. It's a running record of every single course that the student has taken in high school, and it shows exactly how they've done in high school. And those grades that they get are calculated to give you a GPA. And so when you think about that, you want to build that transcript appropriately. Protect your transcript. You're always going to hear me say that. So while we want to see students challenge themselves, but we also want you to do so thoughtfully and intentionally. Take courses that you're strong in, challenge yourself there. If you're not so strong and you're going to struggle in a class, don't push yourself into that honors class because you think that you should be there because everyone else is there, because that's not going to serve you well in the next phase of wherever you're going, whether that's college, whether that's into the work field or wherever. The transcript is going to travel with you, so you want to make sure that you're reflecting who you are as a student. If you're showing an upward trend in terms of your rigor and adding on more rigor as you go throughout the years, but please don't overextend yourselves. You need to be careful about that, and I'm saying you, but I'm talking to the students, right? Do not overextend yourself. Don't think that you have to take everything, because 9 times out of 10, when you try to factor that in with the 50 or more so clubs that you have that you can take, activities, community service, research, whatever it is that you're going to hear from our departments when they talk about it, those things take up your time. So you need to figure out balance, right? How can you take those courses, still challenge yourselves, and still be engaged in the school community? So please, think about your course selections carefully and make sure that, yes, you're challenging yourselves, but you're not overextending yourselves. And again, any conversations that you have, that any questions that you need answered, please reach out to us. We're here to help. We can give you as much information as possible. In terms of the self-selection form, however, if you choose to do so, each department is different. The department chairs will tell you that you can email the form to them. They will have a conversation with the students about their self-selection, and while we are a self-selection district, but we can say we don't agree with it. So please take our advice, and let's work together on that. Quick. And the last thing I'll mention is graduation requirements. You have a long time to go with that. Just keep in mind, the students need 22 credits to graduate. Every course is a credit. Every half-year course is a half-year credit. And so you've got 4 years to build. Our students typically graduate with about 25 to 28 credits, so you'll get there. And next, I'll turn this over to Carol Murphy, our assistant principal, and she'll talk about activities. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Carol Murphy. I'm one of the assistant principals at the high school, and it's my privilege to oversee the clubs and activities here. Clubs are a great way to make new friends, get to know teachers. We enjoy over 40 clubs at the high school. I invite you to look at the Roslyn High School website, to look at the descriptions of each club, and to talk to your kids about the different clubs that we offer. We have clubs that are competitive in nature. We have clubs that are fundraising for causes. We have clubs that are a service organization. So there really is something for everyone. In the fall of each year, we offer a club fair we set up during lunch periods where the students from the different clubs will set up a table, and this is where the kids get to ask their questions that they wouldn't necessarily ask an adult. So you'll hear more about that in the fall. We do have over 40 clubs, as I say, so there really, as I said before, something for everyone. But we know that really 98% of the kids in the school enjoy 3 or more clubs that they get involved with over the years. There is no time limit to join a club. You can try on all the clubs of size, so to speak, in the fall of each year. and for your kids next year. If you go to a club meeting and you decide that, this is really not for me, fine, then go on and try another club. We want them to try everything out and then to find the one that really interests them. Whether they join a club in September, October, or they change their mind in March, it really doesn't matter. The clubs are open to everyone at all times. When you get to kind of looking more closely at all the clubs, sometimes you'll have questions about it. Please feel free to call me to discuss. I'm very happy to meet with the students about the clubs, give them some more information. Some that might be a little shy at times to go to a particular club, I'm happy to walk them to a club, introduce them to the advisor. We're really here to help and support your kids in every way. The hallways in the afternoon are always very crowded. As I said, 98% of our kids are in a club or a sport, and it's just a very active place after school. And that's the place where I feel like the kids are really getting a very well-rounded education. So we're here for you. Please feel free to reach out to me at any time, and can't wait to meet your kids.
Hi, everybody. Again, my name is Dave Lazarus. I'm one of the other assistant principal here. You're going to hear a ton of information tonight. For many of you, this is all new information. But the one thing that I want you to take away from tonight is that this is a wonderful building. Your children will be as well cared for here as they have been in the middle school for the past 3 years, and this too will become their home. It really is, having spent 5 years in the middle school and now 5 years at the high school, this is an unparalleled experience for your kids, and it really is a wonderful place. So I see a lot of people taking pictures of the presentation. I will be sending this out to everybody tomorrow, so feel free to take any pictures that you want. However, you will receive this with all of the active links in it, as well as a recording of the presentation that you'll see in here tonight. When you break up into the other rooms, you will not see those, but obviously you'll be here, so feel free to take any notes during that time. So one of the things that I do oversee as an assistant principal is community service. Students will have to complete 40 hours during their time here at the high school. 40 hours over 4 years. We encourage them to do 10 per year. Some will do thousands of hours in their time here, and some will struggle to hit their 40. There are tremendous amounts of opportunities, both within the school and outside. Like Ms. Murphy said, one of our clubs is really geared towards community service. So if this is something that they're interested in, I would encourage them to do that, and they can start to build their allocation of hours early. Both you and the students will receive an email from me in either late June or early July with login information for our volunteer access system, which is where we record all of our community service hours. And it is pretty intuitive, generally. Some students do have some questions, but I will be sending out their login information with all of the relevant links, and they can get started pretty much as soon as they receive that email from me. We do say the summer after 8th grade, so during the rest of this year, they should not be thinking about community service for the high school. That can start after they're done. Again, this is a wonderful place. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to me at any time. And I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Suber, who is our new Dean of Students.
Hi everybody, how are you? So I really am excited about all of your students moving up to the high school. This is a super exciting experience for all of you. When earlier before it was who was the first timers, there were a lot of hands that came up. One of my roles as being the Dean of Students is to make sure that every single student who walks in the building feels safe and secure to become the young adults that they'll be through their high school years. So one of my responsibilities is acting as the DASA coordinator. If at any time your student feels unsafe, unhappy, anything that might give you concern, my door is always open. All of the administrators here, it has been such a pleasure to me to see how open our doors are for all of the students. But they can always come and speak with me so that I can help in any way possible, because the whole idea of this wonderful experience at Roslyn is that they take advantage of opportunities and they feel safe and secure in doing that. So I am always open to any of you, any questions, problems, concerns, anything that you might have. Please feel free to reach out at any time. Your students will see me around the building. I don't just do discipline. So they always see me around the cafeteria, and I make myself available to everybody. I hope you all enjoy the evening, and I look forward to getting to know you over the course of the next 4.5 years. Dr. B, everybody.
Thank you. It's good to see everyone again. So my name is Mike Prostowski. I'm the District Director for Health, Peen, Athletics. We may have already met at the middle school or elementary school, but there's a couple things I just want to reiterate as you're here tonight for 9th grade. The first one, all students will take physical education 9 through 12. In 9th grade, there's no choice. They'll in a 9th grade only PE class, and health education is mandated for in their 9th grade year. If for some reason they can't take it for the 9th grade year, they will take it before they graduate, but we encourage every 9th grader to take it. The next thing, if you can go to the next slide, is interscholastic athletics. Interscholastic athletics is a big thing here at the high school. We offer a large selection of sports for students to try out for. It is different here in the high school. There are only 3 seasons. We have fall, winter, and spring. In the middle school, it's 4 seasons. Okay, so they had more opportunities to try things. Here at the high school, they may have to pick between 2 of their favorite sports because they're during the same season. Athletics, for the majority of our sports, are 6 days a week, during holidays, during vacation periods, and we begin before the academic school year. So in August, we will start sports. If you are not there in the beginning of the season, you will be ineligible for that season. Okay? Some of our sports do have tryouts. You have to be present for tryouts to be eligible for the team. Registration is done just like the middle school through Arbiter Sports, or used to be called Family ID. That will open 30 days prior to the start of the season, and we ask that everyone is registered by 1 week prior to the start of the season so the school nurse can review all the physical exams and any other information that might be special to your child. If there's any questions, that 1 week prior gives us enough time to contact you, fix any issues, so there is no issues on that first day of tryouts. All the sport offerings are listed on the website, including the coach's name and their contact information. So if you have any sport-specific questions, you can reach directly out to the coach, or you can reach out to the athletic office, and we'd be more than happy to answer any of your questions. So if you have any questions after reviewing the website, please just give us a call, and we'll be more than happy to help you. But have a great night, and welcome to the high school.
So one other program that we have, can you go back? One other program that we have here is the research program, and that is taught by Dr. Wesley. She is here tonight, and will be telling anyone who's interested more information about the program. It's really for students who have both passion for science as well as some of the social sciences. They are able to work in, actually, I don't even want to say because she's going to be able to tell it far better than I. This is her contact information. If you can go to the next slide. And after session 3, so you're going to move through 3 sessions next, and after the final session, if you're interested, you can go to the library and you'll hear from her. I believe she's also going to have some students here who will talk about their projects so you can see what science research in action looks like. Again, I'm going to send out the presentation. You'll have the live link, so that'll be the link to the research website as well as Dr. Wesley's email address. So if you're not able to go tonight, you can certainly reach out to her. I believe she also went down to the middle school, or she's going down to the middle school this week to meet with the students who might be interested as well. And now I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Baptiste to talk about the rest of the night.
Okay, so as your children have been doing since middle school, and now they'll do it at high school, you're going to change periods. All right, so for tonight, we have 3 sessions. There'll be art and music is in the library. So if you look at your last name, it tells you exactly. Here's where you can take a snapshot and a picture of the schedule. Okay? So as you can see, you'll spend about 10, 15 minutes in each session, and each department chair will discuss with you. So session 1 starts now. Everyone whose last name is A through I will report to the library. Last names R through Z will stay here, and J through Q will go to the chorus room. Yep. And someone will direct you outside as to which rooms you'll attend.
Can you hear me? Hi, good evening, everybody. If anyone would like to take a seat, we're going to start the first session for Social Studies, World Languages, and English. If you'd like to come closer, you're certainly welcome to do so. But you can stay where you are. That's absolutely fine, too. Yes. We're going to start with Social Studies. Good evening, everyone. My name is Christy Faulkner. I'm the Social Studies Chairperson at Roslyn. I may have seen you before in the middle school. Currently, I'm at 7th grade teaching, so I'm between both buildings all the time. 9th grade is pretty straightforward. I try to think about like what I want to know.